Good morning, YouTube. Today's topic started as a question. I just asked April, after seeing some comments regularly over the past few months, I went, hey, April, am I a simp?
I can't believe you would ask that.
It's just something that I've seen a lot of, and
Right.
it has a negative connotation, and I guess I really don't understand what a simp is and
Right.
whether I really am one. From what I understand, it's a guy that showers a woman with too much affection,
Right.
too much attention,
Yeah.
puts them up high on a pedestal, and maybe it's not a good thing, not in a healthy way, like the girl doesn't reciprocate. I don't think I'm a simp,
No,
but
well, I always thought that it was a guy that goes over the top and just completely is obsessed with a girl. And she treats him like crap. She treats him like garbage.
Exactly.
And no matter what she does, he just keeps crawling back for more.
So I gave April the assignment to find out if I'm a simp and what does a simp mean. And so what have you found for us, April?
Okay, look, I just feel like I'm way more of a simp than you are. But okay, let's get this started. The actual Oxford Dictionary definition of a simp is a silly or foolish person, which watered down, I guess you could say that's true.
So the old English dictionary,
Right.
a silly or foolish person.
Right, the
Well,
King James
so then I
version.
am a simp because I'm a total idiot. So yes. All right. So video over. I'm a simp.
No, Wikipedia.
Of course, the modern interpretation is a
Well-
simp of relationships or whatever. So what does
Right.
Wikipedia say?
Wikipedia, which is the source of all knowledge, good or evil, it's an internet slang term describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically someone who
Like I
does
said.
not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship.
Well, that's sort of like we said.
Right.
Okay.
It's carried out toward a variety of targets, including celebrities, politicians, e-girlfriends, and e-boyfriends. Wikipedia has those highlighted for links because, like, an e-girlfriend is a real thing. All
Gotcha.
right, the term has sporadic usage and gaining traction on social media
Oh, yes.
since 2019.
It is everywhere. It seems like any time a guy does something nice for a girl or shows respect or
Right.
admiration or anything like that, oh, quit simping. It's
Right.
like a sign of sort of like toxic men, like, put her down when you hit on her, say something mean,
Right.
I've never been that kind of guy. I can't
Right.
really do it.
Actually, I did date a guy one time that specifically was his advice to other guys, and I remember he did it to me. Every single day, he would give me a knock. He would give me something negative about myself. If I got a haircut, he'd be like, "What'd you do to your hair?" If I got new shoes, he'd be like, "Why'd you get those shoes? Where are those from?" But like in a weird kind of mean way to to unbuild your self-esteem and like put you down. Like that was his tactic.
How long did that last?
That didn't last very long.
I
All
see.
right, now I'm also going to Reddit, which this guy right here, I feel like, has a nice, thorough definition
Very eloquent, yes.
of what a simp is. As
Wow.
an American teen, he said he could add some input. Now, originally, simp was used to describe someone who didn't understand women and would try to get with them sexually via misogynistic means or by elevating them, like calling them a goddess or stalking them on the internet to find their address and send them stuff. It's supposed to highlight guys who go way too far when trying to get a girl and was often associated with people closer to incels, which is another internet trolling word.
Okay.
Right, so then people started to use the term more. It evolved to be used as an insult for whenever a guy was nice to a girl.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Anytime a guy does something nice,
Yeah.
they get called simps.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, don't be a simp, bro.
Right. Bruh. So then people started changing the word again, and now it's mostly used to say that you're attracted to someone, wanting to date them. Oftentimes it's paired with a combination of putting a good amount of effort into being with them or being noticed by them. I would say it had a slight negative connotation, but it's mostly neutral now. I'd like to note that there's a very new piece of slang, and thus its definition is very fluid at this point. It's very fluid. I just feel like it's a very weird, this is a very weird thing to just call out for someone, and I don't understand.
Well, you still haven't answered the question. I guess you said no, but am I a simp by what the internet goes by every definition, I suppose?
Well, there's an actual way to be concrete about this.
Okay.
To know for sure the definitive answer if Tyler Hoover is a simp. Would you like to find out?
Sure.
Well, of course, the internet's never wrong. And there's a quiz. Is my boyfriend a simp?
Well, here we go.
Well, are you ready? Let's
So
start.
the qualities of the simp in yes or no questions, multiple choice?
Multiple choice.
Okay.
There's 10 questions.
All right.
Now, the first question is, what's your current relationship status? Taken, single, but I'm seeing someone. You are taken.
Uh-huh.
Or I am taken. Next. What word would you use to describe your boyfriend's bedroom persona?
Oh, no.
Oh, don't say.
Pathetic, dominant, or fussed? Is there more options?
Well, I mean, like, of course, I feel like you're more than dominant. You're like.
Moving on. Okay, we'll just hit that button and move on. Okay.
Is there a very?
Okay. Next.
Okay, so you're cold, referring to myself. What would your boyfriend do? In a baby voice, does he say, do you want a blankie?
You want a blankie and a cup of choky?
You sound like Adam Sandler. Okay, number 2, he puts the heat on. Or number 3, depends on his mood.
Puts the heat on.
Literally yesterday, the heat wasn't working, goes downstairs, takes the filter out, calls the mechanic to come over because it's worked on it, it's not working. Guy comes over, problems with the heating. It's like this whole huge.
It sounds
huge
very
thing.
masculine, but it's because I didn't change the filters, which any man would know to do. And also, I was playing with Liam, carrying him upstairs, and he bumped the thermostat, knocked it to where it was just loose to where it wouldn't kick on. So the guy walks in and goes, well, there's your problem, and then check the filters. Holy crap, dude! Because we're having construction in the house, so yeah.
But
so it's not that masculine handy.
Any girl watching would be like, oh, he did that right away. But then it's that simpy that you did it right away and didn't let me freeze for more than a few minutes.
Put the heat on. Okay, next.
That would be you. You took care of business. Okay, which of the following words appears most frequently in your writing?
Emojis, memes, or GIFs? Or GIFs. Sorry, how does it pronounce, Jake?
GIFs.
GIF?
I'm not entering that fight.
All right. I feel like I send you a lot of memes, right?
Memes would be the most. Memes, definitely memes. Has he ever used a baby voice while talking to you?
Oh, no. You want a blankie and a cup of choky?
You know all the time, sometimes.
Sometimes I do. I'm sorry. You make me simpy.
I think every guy does all the time. It's like your dog voice when you're talking to pets or something.
Yeah. Neelix.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Hi, Neelix.
There's no one that talks to their pet and they're like, hey, Neelix, how you doing today? Great, good. Are you hungry? Like, people just don't really talk to their pets like that. Am I calling myself your pet? I guess I am.
All right.
Next question. You're on the bus with your boyfriend, staring out the window together. What's playing on your boyfriend's headphones? Cheesy pop, lo-fi beats, R&B.
None of the above. Cheesy pop, probably the most likely, right?
I don't know. I feel like you're listening to like some car podcast or some Star Trek.
But I'm definitely
podcast.
listening to, Careless Whisper, Yacht Rock or something. So cheesy pop for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Does he cry when you argue? All the time, just sometimes. It's not his fault. No, he is a brick wall. I don't know if I've ever seen you cry. Like, you don't, I mean, we don't really argue though. I don't think we argue.
No, I mean,
but you don't, like, we'll be watching Star Trek and I'll be bawling because one of the characters died. Or
it's ridiculous,
like
isn't it? Like, she's so moved by Star Trek that she cries. And this is real.
Well, it's an emotional series. And it, if you've never seen it, you would think it's just about space and technology, but it's really not. It's about family and relationships.
So that all the time, just sometimes, it's not his fault. No, he's a brick wall.
No, he's a brick wall.
Not that much of a brick wall, but okay. I've teared up with you a few times on things.
But not over arguments.
But never like,
never over, Star Trek. Which
Gotcha.
to you, that's like a sports movie. Like everyone cries on Rudy, but Tyler does not. All right. He treats you like a celebrity all the time.
Yeah. Hottest woman on the planet. Voted by Maximum Committee in 2008. The hometown hottie.
Yeah.
I mean, acting in all these films and television and everything else. I mean,
stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
So the options are, he looks like a fan. Sometimes, not all the time, and I love it. He's just a gentleman.
I was a big fan of Maple Rose. Big.
Stop it.
Like
well, you
step
hide
below
it.
stalker.
You hide it well because I would say he's a gentleman. You are a gentleman. I would say you're a gentleman. All right, well, that's done. This is the second to last question, I believe. Okay. Would you describe your boyfriend's point of view in one word? Obsession, sensitive, stable.
What am I obsessed with? I have no idea what obsessions I have. I must be a pretty stable, well-adjusted guy, right? Definitely not sensitive, but
What would you say?
I'd say I'm a bit obsessed with things. What do you think?
You get obsessed with
Okay,
things. We can
all
mark
right.
that one off.
Yeah,
That one
probably.
going? Okay.
Yeah.
Obsessive.
Yes.
Okay, last question. Has he ever been accused of being a nice guy or a simp?
Only every single day in the comments all over the internet.
Yes, no, or yes, but he doesn't care.
Don't care.
I would say
yes,
yes,
but don't care.
You don't care.
Absolutely not. Here's the results.
Oh my gosh!
He's not a
It's
simp.
official. All right, he's not a simp. He's managed to enter into a relationship with you without giving up what little dignity he had to begin with. Maybe he's a little bossy in bed. Okay. Or maybe he's not that bothered. That said, his unwillingness to expose himself may have been blinded.
Emotionally, because I don't cry.
His unwillingness to expose himself may have blinded him to some of life's finer pleasures, such as being a little spoon or being pegged.
Excuse me?
He's not a simp for now.
What is this survey you found? I mean, it's got banner ads all over the place, and then it's talking. What? What?
I mean, would you ever want to be a little spoon?
No, thank you.
Because sometimes I feel bad because I love like being the cuddly instead
Yes.
of the cuddler. Like I love it, I love it, I love it.
Yes.
Like it's the best feeling in the world. And I feel bad for you because it's like you don't ever get to experience that feeling.
I get to experience your hair in my face and my arm falling asleep as you lay on it, or if you're laying on my chest, that it's fine. It's just after a while my arm falls asleep, and then I have to roll over and go to sleep. Hopefully, after you've fallen asleep.
Yes.
So, I am not a simp according to this survey, or I am by several different definitions.
It's an official survey. I kind of feel like I'm a simp myself.
But it's a mutual obsession with each other, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about random surveys and what people say on the internets in comments, so I thought I would invite a simp expert, because he's not a PhD. He's the biggest simp that I know. Elliot Alvis is here, and he's bringing his own stool, our first in-studio guest.
Yeah.
Right.
What good treatment. I have to bring my own chair.
Welcome!
Hi.
Hi.
So, not to offend you, but in the last few years, if there's anyone that's been a simp, it has been you. And I don't want to tell your story. I mean, April's laughing, but she agrees.
So terrible.
I mean, in your own words, I mean, you would agree that you've been a simp.
I would agree with that. Anything from buying girls' laptops, home repairs, driving great distances, you name it, I've simped it.
So buying a girl laptop is a simp move.
Oh, for sure.
And driving long distances.
Especially if she doesn't stay with you.
Oh, okay, got
or
it.
if there's no guarantee of her wanting to be with you in the first place.
Right.
Those are simp qualities.
Ooh,
and I have
see? That's
So you
good.
bought them a laptop, hoping that would get them to want to spend the rest of
you
their
think
life
that's
with
going
you.
to make you cross the line.
I see.
Right.
And, a lot of people would be like, yeah, that should do it.
So
Not necessarily.
this is multiple women of simping history.
It's
yes?
almost a lifetime of symptom.
Really? Now, when did you come to the realization that like you were actually a simp?
Right about when Tyler said, "You're the biggest simp I know." That's when I was like, looking back on my history, like, yeah, probably.
But you've had successful relationships.
Oh, undoubtedly, and
Right.
given those are the ones I simped for the least.
You're
I'm
kidding.
serious, yeah. So I would
So-
say that
yeah.
simping is not necessarily the
Right.
recipe for success.
Right. Well, I mean, throughout our research online, it's basically when a guy's really nice, but there's no reciprocal niceness.
That's
When
what
a
I
girl-
feel like with the last relationship you were in, not to go into it too much, but you would go so over the top. You always had a candle lit, all these grand gestures and things, and then you would just get beat down.
Oh, 100%. I got broken up with via text
Wha-
after everything.
Hello.
How many times? Like it was more than once. I think.
Multiple, yeah.
Right.
I mean, and we're talking like, speaking of symptom, I mean, the last thing I did was simping was a pretty grandiose home repair.
What'd you do?
Really?
Fixed a furnace to the tune of, $500 and, labor that saved her probably $2,000 if a
Right.
real company had come out.
So you got that done just in time.
Just
and then
in-
she's like,
just in
okay,
time.
fix
She's
the
like,
furnace.
Well, now it's all warm. See ya.
Oh no.
And it's like-
oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
But now, you're just kind of moving on, and you're reformed now.
I am reformed now, I would
So
say.
what are some like guidelines that you feel like you're gonna follow in your newfound path?
Well, first of all, I think it's no matter how much you like the girl, and I think it's natural to be like, I want to either shower you with gifts or kindness. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily be rude, but it's like, let's chill. Let's see how this is gonna go for a second.
Well, see, that kind of backfired for a minute with
Wait,
Tyler.
what's this?
Right. So I hadn't dated in a very long time.
Right.
And the first time that April and I were going to get together in a somewhat romantic way, I started Googling on like how to be smooth with women. And
That always goes well.
yeah, and one of them was like, don't text so frequently, like don't reply instantly and all
Right.
that stuff. So I was purposely like slowing down my replies, even though I wanted to reply right away. And then the day of, when I was flying out to meet her,
Yeah.
I didn't text her the entire day. I think I did once in the
No.
morning saying
I'd
like,
say that's
don't
where you
think
slipped up
so.
right there. Is it- when there's travel plans involved, you need to be in contact.
Right.
I think I did text
I
you
don't
and say,
know.
all right, I'm going
I
to the
don't
airport.
think I heard from you all day.
But
now I was
that's what
working
Google
that
told me to
day.
do.
But in my eyes, I saw you as he's playing games with me. He's a player. I
But-
gotta stay far away from
But
this
as a
guy.
girl, isn't that like, you're like, oh, I want to fix him.
No,
I wanna get
no, not at all. If I was emotionally damaged, perhaps I would want to. But I wanted someone that was stable, and obviously my red flag went off of like, okay, he might be playing games with me. This doesn't seem normal.
Told Tyler.
And that's kind of how
Real player.
that one went.
No. So when you asked me about it and said I almost like just wrote you off
Yeah.
right there because of that, I was like, well, that's what Google told me to do. And then she laughed, and then we were off to the races almost.
Amazing.
So,
Right.
Elliot, the real reason I have you here is not to roast you. I don't want to. I just, you are a example of someone
Self-admitted
that
simp.
yes, self-admitted simp. And I wanted to just ask you, as an expert, am I a simp?
You display simp qualities. That does not necessarily say that you are a definitive simp.
In what way?
Okay, so in this example, which is tough because the person that you're simping for is here.
I can leave.
Well, no,
Right now.
well, no,
Would
then
that
I'll
make
have
it
to share
easier?
the back. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Okay.
So, like you said, texting, you're very excited. Everything's great. Now, I'll say this: you have done things to impress her in your tenure.
Okay.
Grand National.
Oh, I would say before that.
No, the one I really wanted to impress her with was in Vegas, the HHRSS panel.
Oh,
that was the one in
definitely
Vegas
sold
last
it
year.
for
I went,
Oh no.
April, baby, look at this.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
It didn't work.
No.
But by the way, actually, you even said the simp qualities thing. You were so worried about it that you Googled it.
Yes. So Googling how to interact
Right.
with
I feel like
a
that's simp
supermodel.
qualities.
Yeah, I think,
wouldn't say
yeah.
you're full blown simp, but you have you know,
Okay.
the attributes
The
I see.
attributes.
to be there.
Okay.
But that being said, mission accomplished.
Right.
So I can't knock it as I guess an unsuccessful simp. Here I am.
Well, I mean, you're quite a few years younger than me, despite your grade.
That I know.
You're like 7, 8 years younger than me. So you have time, Elliot.
Oh, good. Well, I can Google a lot of stuff in those years.
Well, I recommend not Googling. I think it's a much better idea.
Trust me, if I have travel plans with a girl, I'll be like, I'm gonna not text her. This is gonna go great.
No, don't do that.
It's
Don't
gonna go
not text
great.
her. Because girls, I feel like they know the red flags and they feel those red flags coming along, and so then they're
Yeah,
like,
she almost
oh,
not picked you up from the airport.
right.
Right.
I mean,
So I guess as far as me being a simp go, the internet comments say yes. Elliot says,
You're there.
I don't see like
survey
see, like,
says no.
Our relationship. It's weird to me when I've like seen people say that because I feel like I'm a simp more because
For him?
because we always like.
Now I wanna
because
hear this. We'll
Here's
have
the
you
thing,
simp
like
for him.
I like this, but Tyler very much dictates like where we're going, what we're doing. He orders because, but I don't know if it's
We're
because
switching
I
gears here.
like
Now
order the food.
Tyler's now the dictator of this relationship.
That's
We
what,
switched from
is-
simping.
Is that what it is?
No, I
and
mean,
so like
that's-
that's the
Tyler
actuality.
tells us where we're going,
We get-
and what we're eating.
We get to the restaurant. She picks up the menu and just goes,
I
just go.
totally do.
That's not
I
simping.
totally do.
No,
But like, I like the same things you do, but then also I don't care. But
Right.
then I don't know. I enjoy you being.
Also,
in
though,
control
that's
of
not a
it.
simp quality. Is being like, take the menu, you're like, you're getting this,
I,
and I'm getting that. That is
Right.
that is alpha male.
like, what do you want?
Quality.
Is this one okay if we
Yeah.
share a chicken?
Like-
you want
Yeah,
a blankie, a cup of choky choky?
Is it no? The simp quality would be like, is it okay if I get
Oh.
the you know whatever?
For
Are
us.
you fat?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
That would be
exactly.
the simping, and now you like I said, that's
Here,
you're
the
crossed
cat's
over.
attacking
Oh,
my
good.
jacket. Sorry.
If you own a cat, are you a simp? Is really what we're getting at right now.
No,
Right.
I don't think so. I think you're a gentle man.
Well-
You're a gentleman.
Okay. So maybe I'm not a simp. Elliot, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And to plug Elliot, he has a YouTube channel, Elliot Alvis. So he's a YouTuber like us. You also do auction commentary for
I do.
Worldwide Auctioneers.
Also like you guys.
Yes.
Right.
So something we definitely have in common with Elliot. And I'm not worried. You'll find love, Elliot.
Thank you.
And in the meantime,
I'm not worried
you
about it. Now I have Neelix.
Neelix.
Everything's
Right.
fine. This is as much as I need right now.
You can take her, honestly. Thank you so much for watching.
Seriously, you can have her.
Yeah.
Like, take her right now.
Honestly, this is impressive. She's just
She's a
Mhm.
small behaved cat.
yeah.